Hey guys, so I'm gonna tell you guys how I feel after My Little Pony ended. But before I tell you guys that, I'm gonna tell you the good times I had with that show. So I didn't know that this series existed until uh like October 2012. Um Andrew had heard about it first. When he was at school, he his teacher would play My Little Pony to him and his students, and it was like episodes of like season one or like first episodes. Andrew was so interested in it that it looked better than the previous generations, and so when he bought it, it was like not only a the first episodes of My Little Pony of the season one, but also like other episodes of season one that they had mixed it. You know how they like mixed episodes together, like like just pick random episodes like in a DVD. But anyway, so that's when I had saw it. Well, the first time I saw it, and when I first looked at it, I wasn't interested in it. I was just like, okay, this looks excited. This looks exciting. This looks fun, but it looks so different than the previous generations that I've seen. The movies and the previous ones. They all look, the mares look like stallions. They look the same. But I what I remembered was Rarity. I was so into her at that time. Uh, Throughout the 2010s, I was so into her. Um, I think what really got me into her was when she dressed up as um it was season one, episode 16. I think it was Sonic Rainboom. That outfit she wore with the wings, like it was not only that, but it was like she had this dress, like this very like it looked so exciting. Like she had the lipstick and the makeup, like just thought she looked hot with that. And then that's what got me more into Rarity, and so that's when I got into more into her and her sister and Photo Finish. I was into Photo Finish too. Um, and I was even into them. I was still into those characters, like into and other characters of My Little Pony, when I was playing with my friend Heaven. Heaven was Heaven was like us. Yeah, Heaven was a friend of mine in school, and we would used to play. We used to play like me and Andrew would do the same thing. We would play when we talk, like pretend to be the characters. That's what we did with me and Heaven. We would play we would play the My Little Pony characters and other show characters. Including we did mostly Steven Universe with My Little Pony. We did like a crossover with that. And that would have been fun if that had been canon. But anyways, so now I had lost. I kind of lost interest in it, mm, like mid or late 2010s. I was still kind of interested in it. I was still kind of excited. I just kind of faded out. I kind of lost interest in with Rarity, but it wasn't until like 2020 or 19 when I was definitely no longer interested in Rarity. It was and also like we made Heaven, like we barely would play around like then, like so it was like boring now. And the last time we did play before we did talk to each other again, like was like in like May of 2019 when we were playing around with shows. And it wasn't until in June 10th, 2022, and the day when I graduated high school, I met Heaven again, and we were talking about like this was the first time like this is when I'm going to tell you guys like how sad it is that they it is confirmed that the G4 characters are dead. And I just hate that. Like why would you do that? Why would you have them like dying and of old age? Is it because they're gonna die anyway? Because they're not mortal. And so um And not only that, but they also did a G5. I think with G5 is when they really like they confirmed it. That like almost all the G4 characters are dead, and it's taking place thousands of years later. We don't get to talk about like we don't get to see Lusterdon and her new friends or like their journeys. It just a time skip, like a huge time skip. Like and almost everything in that map is gone, and so that is a very like a huge sad and disappointment right there. Like I just don't like that, and I just like, and also I no, I don't believe that this is canon. Like G5, there's a lot of things that what they did that had nothing to do with G4. The designs, they have the designs that are nothing like G4. They had the designs of G5, if you get what I'm saying. It was like nothing to do with the first generations or G4. But anyways, when I was talking to Heaven about this, I said to Heaven that when I was looking at it wasn't until like later when I found out about this that about the G4 characters that they're all dead. Like they talked or I said to her like when they confirmed it, the writer said they're all dead, like the way I said it, and then she said thank you. And I said, yeah, thank you for ruining our childhood. And then she's like that. She was like that too. Thank you for ruining our childhood, like being sarcastic about it. It was sad. Like, and so now, let me tell you guys, between the last time me and Evan played, it was, and the graduation, it was, so it was, again, we're gonna go back to 2019. It was, I read the dates about this, so I was not aware about this. I don't, like, I'm not the type of person that is, like, into, like updates about My Little Pony. Like I was not like a fan of like that or like a like or like a reactor of My Little Pony. I just watch it. So this is why I was not aware that the show had ended. So it wasn't well, I wasn't late. I wasn't late. I was a tiny bit late. So the real date about it was August 17th when they had released it early of the English dub on Netherlands, and then in September 2019 they did all reactions and they early released it on YouTube, and then October 12th was when it in 2019 was when it actually that is when the show actually ended with that episode, The Last Problem. I didn't get to see Last Problem episode until November 1st, 2019, and on November 1st, I don't know if I saw the whole episode, but I saw like some of the I saw some of it. I think I think just some of it, but I did see the song, This Is Where the Magic Happens, like that song. That is when I saw that hit me. That hit me, and all them aging, and you have like Spike Bigger. You have all the like new adult characters from when they from the past, like when they were like used to be kids, and the Young Six, Cake Twins, So, but not only that, but when I first saw that episode, when I first saw about this on November 1st, 2019, when I first watched this when I first watched this on November 1st, 2019, I was thinking to myself, "Oh, they ended the show? I was not aware." Cuz it was going on for like forever. Like that was like a thing, like that My Little Pony G4 or Friendship is Magic was like something that we grew up, like it was like a thing forever to us, and like I thought they were gonna do it forever. I didn't think they were gonna end it. I thought they like back in like season 4. I thought that was the it with T-Rick, but then they continue with season 5, and I thought that they're still going, but no, they stopped anyway. So and I was sad. That's the beginning of me being sad about this. Like I was a little bit sad, like 2019, 2020, because I wasn't like that interested in it yet. However, it wasn't until like later in 2020 September 3rd, 2020. It's not really when I decided to be so into it. I was looking at some character designs. I was into the stallion designs. That's when I was into the stallion designs. Pound cake is what really got me. The adult version of pound cake, the cake twin. So I was like, it looks so hot. It was like I looked at all the stallion characters with no eye bags in the future, like the newer adult ones, and then it looks so hot with that. And I just and so I was like they look good, but I'm not no, but not ready, not yet, or not yet. I didn't say not ready. But then next day on September 4th, I was like, all right, I'm into it. I'm so excited. I'm so into it. So that's when I really got that interested in this. I got like into like these stallion designs, like even like like when I watched the show earlier, the designs. So I was Oh yeah, and also I was into Spike. Spike, like, Spike looked boring when he was younger. He had he just like had no wings. He was just young. But when he got the wings, and then eventually when he got muscular, he just looked so cute and hot. Like, I'm telling you, he acts cute with the wings. I can't deny that. But I'm just sad that it ended, and I can't see that again. I have to like this is what I did like in 2020, like when I was into it, like it was in October 2020 when I was like I go to this website Derby Peru. It was all because I was into the Cave Twins, and then I saw the images, and it led me to that. So I saw a I looked at more character design images. I thought this was so better. This is like something to continue of like look at the designs, and like I was into, oh yeah, I was into Sandbar too. And he looked hot too as an adult. I saw that, and I just got excited with that too. I just like, oh my god, why does he have to be bulky and just so hot after being skinny as a cult. So I just like so I was like into all the styling kits. Oh yeah, yeah. And so, uh, what is an actually no, first let me tell you this. I was going into adult Sandbar, adult Pound Cake. And older Spike and other characters. Like I was going through all these images on Derby Baru. They don't really have a lot of that on DeviantArt. Like, and also they make shit up on DeviantArt. They make the designs wrong, and they kind of do it with Derby Baru, but no, they got it most accurately. Or maybe it's all the same, like DeviantArt and Derby Baru, but Derby Baru had more of that than DeviantArt, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, back to what I'm saying. So it wasn't until last year, uh, September 7th, 2025, I was there was this character, it was this orange stallion. He had this spiked hair like a bat. So he's a stallion that went with Luster Dawn at the end at the end, like when the book closed. So here's what my big surprise was. It wasn't an I knew about him, like I knew it when I saw the episode for the first time, or when I saw it in 2020 when I rewatched it, as if I can, if I look very closely, if I looked at everything. So I was when I saw the stallion, and then like looked at also last year I was like looking at the it was this reactor. It was like a blank flank reactor. He said, "Oh, it's the Fry Pony," and then I was like, "Wait, who's the Fry Pony?" And then I was like I was looking at I guess I was assuming that it was that green stallion. I mean, no, orange stallion with that hamburger key mark. And so he had I was looking at Derby Baru, and I saw like him with a name. I was like, what? Like when like he had a name about it, and I saw the other names of the female Griffin, the female Kieran, the female Yak, and yeah, all the other, all their names too. And then when I looked at what the most surprising thing what I saw about Gallup J Fry is when I saw is when I looked at him and was like, oh my gosh, he was that student. He was one of the. I was like, what? He's one of those. He was one of those students of the Keyboard Crusaders at their school. And all the other and when I look now, that's when I saw that with the images with his images as a kid on Derby Baru, and then when I saw a and when I saw the images of the other adult stallions and other adult mares of the current Ponyville, I looked at them as little. I was like, no way! These are all the student friends of the Cutie Mark Crusaders. I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know about that until that day. Like, I told you about that date I told you guys in 2025. Like, that really, like, now there's more to be into. Now there's more of the characters to be into that I don't have to. It doesn't have to just be Pound Cake or Sandbar or the Adult Spike. So I was going into them on Derby Baru as well. But what is sad about it is that like the first, let me tell you about this, is that it's about the aging. Now, it is canon, like, we saw it ourselves, that it is canon that we saw, like, almost all the main six and all the other adults that were adults when the main six were adults, they've all have eye bags and they all aged. It's true. Like, that's a fact. It's canon. But what I refused to, and I was hoping, I was worried, like, I saw, like when I'm looking at all these when I look at all these fan arts and thumbnails and shorts, thumbnails of shorts on YouTube and other social media, I saw like them aging and dying of old age, and that got me worried of that the same thing happened to Pound Cake, Sandbar, the rest of the stallions that was into like Train Tracks, Super Funk, First Base. Like, I was worried that and especially Spike too, even a long time later, getting eye bags and like aging and then dying of old age. That's what I was worried that if it's true. I was hoping that they died young before aging. Like, something happened to them. Like, something like erased them from existence, something that like an invasion happened. But that what got me worried about is that that probably didn't happen. Like, it could have been like it could be it like, you know, like, there's no invasion. Like, it's like peacetime. When I saw that there's no invasion, there's peacetime, and I looked at like AI, Google AI, it says that there's no there's no confirmed invasions or not known invasions after the last problem. And that's what really got me sad, to thinking that the other characters that I was into, like those characters I was into in the last problem, they've aged and they die of old age. I talked this with my mother, that I was hoping that none of this would have happened. Like, and I'm telling her that first she was saying to me that if God put that in your heart, and if you think that's true, then don't listen to what they say. Then it's not canon, okay? Their canon ended when the book closed, when that episode ended. That's what she said to me. And I was happy about that, but I was worried that, what if it is true? I was telling her that, well, we look at the thumbnails, and when you look at people talking about it, and when you look at the canon stuff, like them aging with eye bags, don't you think that they're right? And then she said, no, they're not right with the characters that you are into. Alright, the characters that you're into have not aged and they have not died of old age, because that's what God put you in your heart. So that's what I was so good. I was so thankful for her doing that. But the one problem is, though, is that when you look at, like, it's a good idea to, like, say that, think that they died from an invasion before they aged, or like got erased from existence, but at the same time, it's sad. Like at the same time, it's sad to think that's how they die. But at the same time, like, that's what I'm saying is that my problem is, though, is that I think I wanted to believe that they died from before they aged and they die of old age. but at the same time, I feel it's sad. Well, not wanting them to age. Hoping that they never age their Diavoltage, because if they did age a Diavoltage, and even if they look the same as young adults again in heaven, it's not that interesting, because they're not like that good designs like forever. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's what worries me about. Like, it's like I cannot escape it. Now, let me tell you the most important thing about this, about how I feel after the show ended, is that after the show ended, this is what all I had to do. Like, I couldn't go see, like, I couldn't go, like, I might feel like I'm gonna cry about this because this ended. It was like something that we grew up with, but we, like, I couldn't watch it anymore. I couldn't watch officially of the G4 anymore. I had to see like fan stuff. I had to see fan stuff that they did is not canon. It's like other alternate universes. I had to like do stories about it back in 2023. I had to draw pictures of Pound Cake, and I don't, and I'm not gonna let that slide. I am admitting that I did that. I I drew a picture of Sandbar being devastated. I drew a or future of Sandbar. I drew a picture. I had to go and look at images of characters and DeviantArt arts, because that's the only thing I have left is to see. And I looked at Gameloft. Even though they don't do anything, I'm not really into like the 3Ds, because the 3D models are the same, but when you look at the drawings, they're all like different expressions on them. But and also they don't really tell you about their characters. They just tell you like that's not confirmed. Don't listen to that. So like all that is like that's all I had to look at, and I got so tired of just thinking of it in my head, and to think of it one day of going to heaven, and when I leave my afterlife heaven, I go to the dimension of My Little Pony Afterlife, where they go to. I want to see the canon characters, and I wanted to see the characters that I like in the future episode that I wanted to see. But I can't do that, and I have to think about it. I think about myself, I dream of myself talking to them, and what I do, and how they feel about me, even crying for me, and all that. Like, I get so tired of that. It's getting old. It's not that exciting when I think about it. It is at first, when you have a big idea of something that you never thought about before, like what the character would do, especially if you're like BFFs. Oh yeah, and also, I would have to look up, like, how they would have act. On AI. That's all I had. Like, I got tired of that too. Like, it's, do you see what I mean? Like, all this is still exciting. Like, it's still always exciting that when you, to look up stuff, like, and look up AI, Google AI, like, how they would have acted if you have never looked up what you never thought about the idea of what they would do or come up with this idea. But all these things I looked up, I'm running out of those ideas, and now it's just not the same anymore as, it's just not the same anymore as when the show used to run. And like, it's like they left us like we have to live our own lives, and like, it's like when I'm like walking around the streets, when I'm sitting down alone at home, or in the forest, it's like being, it's like a feeling lonely. It's like this is what life is after that. So this is what life is. This is what life is after the show ended. And also, when I look at the 2020s, I'm like, so this is what the 2020s is. So, I'm not gonna live like that anymore. This is how I can't live like that with My Little Pony when it ran. This is how I'm gonna live now. I'm gonna have to live like this now. Just keep looking it up and look at images and look at look at characters and stuff, because the show has ended. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to look up stuff on art to do drawings or make stories about it, or look it up. You gotta, and look up images. You gotta. And even I used to, oh yeah, and I used to comment people, like I was so excited about it, like when I was like into that in 2020 and 21, I used to comment about them, about the pound cake, and it was such good times. I don't do that anymore, so it's just not that exciting. But it's like, so yeah, that's another thing I had to live with now, and I know how other people. I can feel I can understand other people. I can feel bad for you guys that feeling just the way as I am. You have to go through this too. Like you have to like look up like the same thing as I'm looking up. The only things that are left is the fan art and all of that, and it's like that you guys have to live like that too, and that's it's never gonna be like that again. And so, uh, and don't even and the viewers that are watching this that agree with me, don't listen to the other viewers watching this video that saying, guys, it's fiction. It's not like it really ended. They're not real. No, it did end it. It all that is real. They appeared in another dimension. They're like through heaven. They existed. There is like don't listen to them, okay? And it's something that matters us, okay? It does matter, okay? And it's not like a fictional thing. It's fictional in the real world is what they're saying, but like to this world, but not over there. So like across heaven. All right. So don't listen to them. Like you could cry all you want about this and be sad because this is what we grew up with, and it's in our hearts. It will be always be in our hearts. We just got to we just got to have faith. I think all we got to do is we have to have faith, even when we wait a long time until death. Now, I'm not talking about like committing suicide, but I'm talking about like if I had cancer or if I had the latest COVID or if any other natural cause like at least earlier than old age, I would go there. And when I go to heaven, I would go and find access to the characters there, but I just can't do that cuz I have several decades left to live. And it's the same thing with you guys. We have several decades left to live, and we have to live like this, and that's sad. We have to spend the rest of several decades of our lives after the 2010s that we have to look up all these things after the show ended. It's not going to be the same. You have to think about it in your head. You have to look at all this up. Like, it's just not like that. And I don't think there's anything to cure that. So, I'm about to end this video, and with I'm ending this video with unhappiness that, like I said before, with myself and you guys, we're gonna have to live like this now. After the show ended, this is how I feel. This is how I foreverly feel after the show ended.